Changing the rear tire out on an electric bike that has a hub motor. Sure, it's kinda tricky, but I will show you how to do it. And we will be installing this Michelin tire, which will probably last me a long time. And then we can start by removing the rear seat, taking the charge cable out, including the adapter, which gives me the ability to charge at charge stations, which is very convenient. Then we can remove the seat, which gives us access to remove the plastics. And if you haven't noticed by now, yes, this is a converted KTM Duke. So it was gas before, but now it's electric. And I will have an upcoming video of the range of the bike. Spoiler alert, 250 kilometers. And also how the battery is doing after 2 years and 12,000 kilometers. And yes, under the gas cap is the charger, and inside the fuel tank is the charge module. And by removing the original fuel tank itself, we get access to remove the charger, which underneath hides the controller, which gives us access to all the phase wires to the motor. And it's a 2 kilowatt charger, which is located inside the bike, so you don't have to carry it around. And by putting the charger aside and unscrewing all the phase wires, we can continue by unplugging the hall sensors for the motor and making our way down to take the cables out. And sure, this is a kind of annoying task just to change the rear wheel out or just take the rear wheel off, but it's still not done so often, so I'm fine with it. And just listen to this sound. Sounds like a washing machine, right? Yes, because it's the same motor actually, but just in a different concept. Then we have to unscrew the custom shaft mounts for the hub to not spin, and the same goes for the brake mount that's made for the original brake caliper. Then we can continue on and doing the same thing on the other side. Then we unscrew the main bolt and take the wheel off. Then we can move on to removing the brake disc so we don't damage it when we change the tire out. And then it's very handy to have a stand where you can put all the wires through so you don't bend them by accident. And don't mind my creative way to take the tire off, because it still works. And no, I did not damage the rim. Then it's just out with the old and in with the new. Then we gotta just do those little details, always necessary for traction. Then put some Loctite on so we don't die when we brake. And now we just have to do everything in reverse. Put the spacers back together, the brake mount, put the wheel back together inside the swing arm, and secure all the screws so nothing come loose when we ride. And it's especially important for the brake. Then check if the brake still works, and it does. Then we have to fit all the wires back together so they don't rub against the chassis of the bike. Then screwing down all the phase wires to the right colors, including the hall sensors, which measure motor position and temperature. Then we're going to do a quick check on the battery, so we put the main switch on, and then plug the charger into the bike to wake the BMS up. Then we have the beautiful daily app, which shows us the stats of the battery. Right now it's at 50%, which is storage. So this is actually the only maintenance or storage practice you have to do for electric bikes, and just maintain their charge when they're not used. But for this bike everything looks good, so I'll just turn it off and leave it at that.